To the teachers in the classroom, coaching a sports game is not something they'd ever expect to do. But thanks to the program brought back from years ago, the teachers can build better relationships with their students and get a first-hand look on what life is like on the other side of the school.
It was cool to see Coach Thomas, draw up plays at halftime and see kind of the inside look at that, watch him make adjustments based on what was happening in the game.
They set every single game plan to that team, and they understand each one of the players on that team and talk about who they are and what they're going to do and how they're going to play.
I've known Coach Thomas on a personal level, so I've really also wanted to see him as Coach Thomas and see what the kids see.
Teachers teach the players that are on the team, so it's also building those relationships between teachers and players at another level where they can see them, outside the classroom.
Give us a better relationship, with the teachers and let them know, what we do, out of school.
It's really neat to see students in a way that's, not in your own classroom.
It gives our kids the opportunity to see the teachers in a different light, away from just the classroom setting.
Doing different things, talking about different things, and thinking about things outside of their content area.
We had done something like this before, I think, and it was good to see Coach Thomas revive it.
It was started back in the maybe late 90s. I remember coming to the games and I would always see a teacher.
Being able to kind of see how their game day experience is was a really cool thing to be a part of.
From the students' perspective, I think it's good to see that their teachers support them.
Since the teacher's there, you don't want to disappoint them.
It makes you work harder on the court, showing them that you give your all in school and outside of school.
We just gave them, a different view on what goes on outside of our school life and what life's like in our basketball life.
Glad to see that there's a teacher right there that works very hard every day, and now they're coming in and kind of seeing what we do on the inside.
And I think that, that experience for most people is pretty eye-opening, understanding, the depth of knowledge the players have to have.
The selection process, we normally have 3 kids choose a teacher.
There are 3 different people every time, and they all pick a teacher.
And then, then we'll say the name, then we'll raise a name for each teacher, and we vote on them to see who's going to be the next teacher. Whoever get the most votes, then they be the teacher.
That's going to be the teacher for the next home game.
When I was chosen and got an email saying, hey, can you be here on this day? I mean, if you feel honored.
The team had selected me as one of the coaches. That was a big honor.
The team kind of nominates you and then have them decide that you're someone that they want to be on the sidelines with them.
Made me feel really good to be recognized,
which I think is a really good initiative.
Athletics and academics usually don't mix unless they involve grades. But by bridging the gap between the two, students, teachers, and the community can all come together as one supportive whole.
Anytime that you can bridge the gaps between, athletics and teachers who are in the classroom that may or may not understand how those athletic programs work, I think it just, builds camaraderie and builds understanding.
And just, giving them an opportunity to see, they work just as hard over here as they do in the classroom.
Everybody likes to throw up the one Cedar. It is we're all one big family, both in academics and athletics and extracurriculars.
We all one, inside and outside the building.
I think a lot of times teachers focus on, what's happening in the main building or what's happening in the fine arts building or wherever they are, but there's a lot more aspects to the school than just those things.
And just get, people just excited and get behind these kids.
A teacher who's maybe tied to their classroom or tied to their building can branch out and focus on other aspects. I think it can be refreshing.
All teachers are different, but just their presence and the interactions they make really bring the pride of everyone back to the community.
Others that were very laid back, and we had one here recently that got really fired up, and just kind of, really got us fired up.
I did my usual cheering. I had to dial it back a little bit.
And when you get to see the teachers just really get into what we're doing, it kind of puts a smile on your face.
I was in the huddles, listening to what the coaches were saying.
I just kind of was there to cheer and support them, give them some dabs that they came on or off the court.
But in the end, it really is just all about the pride of the East Side.
One of my overall goals is just bringing pride back to Cedar Show, just overall pride for the school.
No one's going to take pride in your school for you. You got to do that yourself.